Hey, what's up guys? Oliver here from 99 Garage. Today we're going to be working on the M30. We're starting on the coilover install and S13 front suspension swap. I want to introduce you guys to my buddy Brad here. He's been a long time friend. He's going to be helping out on the project. He actually owns that M45 right over there.
You might recognize it.
It used to be mine. I ended up selling it to him, so he's been working on that. That's his new project, but let's get to work. First thing you gotta do is get these rear seats out. Alright, so we just got the rear done, and I'm going to show you guys what that looks like in a second, but my buddy Xander pulled up, so I want to introduce him to the channel. So this is Xander, this is his 370Z, which recently did the suspension, wheels, exhaust stuff on. So I'm sure you're going to see this car on the channel a lot, but welcome.
Thank you.
Alright, so let me just show you the rear. Overall, it wasn't too difficult. Had to slot and drill a hole on the top of the rear deck, but other than that, simple install. Unfortunately, because it has the Z31 trailing arm rear end, you can't really adjust the camber. You have to either drill some holes or weld on some brackets, but it'll be alright. Let me show you guys what it looks like. So there she is. Definitely sitting low. Might be tucking just slightly, but overall it looks pretty good. As I mentioned before, the Z31 trailing arm rear end doesn't really allow for any camber adjustment. So we're looking at probably like 7 degrees right now, but we're looking into solutions and we'll get it figured out. Overall though, it's looking pretty good. Alright, so we pretty much got the front end together. Next up we're going to be doing the 300ZX brake upgrade. But we're still waiting on a couple things. We're waiting on some inner and outer tie rods and then some miscellaneous hardware and stuff. So I'll see you when that stuff comes in. Good morning guys. We got the front coils installed, and while we're still waiting on some parts, we did get some things in. Here we have the Rofu Z32 brake upgrade. Along with it, ISR stainless conversion lines. So this brake upgrade will allow us to put Z32 big brakes on the M30. Now typically that may not be possible, but because we did an entire S13 suspension setup, it's pretty much just a straight bolt-on. So it's pretty easy to tell why we're doing this upgrade. I mean, the thickness alone on these rotors, plus the cooling capacity is just far superior when you're looking at the distance here between the vents. But then we look at the calipers, and you're going from a single piston all the way to a 4 piston. The braking capability is going to improve drastically. Alright, so we got everything together, from suspension to the brakes. This thing's gonna get lowered and stop on a dime. But the Z32 brake upgrade fits perfectly. It's almost a direct bolt-on. You can use all the factory hardware and everything. The caliper to spindle bolt, however, you have to add an extra thick washer to make up the difference. That way the bolt isn't going through and hitting the back of the rotor. But check this out. The factory M30 wheels clear the Z32 brakes. Alright, here we are. She's finally on the ground. Got the coils installed, all the suspension, the new Z32 brakes. Everything looks great. So all we gotta do now is just dial it in and get it on the road. A whole 150 horsepower pull. Overall, the suspension feels great though. It's rubbing a little bit in the front, so I'm gonna have to roll the fenders and I might raise it a little bit, but even without an alignment, it's riding really straight. It feels tight. The angle is pretty crazy, which I'll have to show you guys in a bit, but overall, it feels great. We cleared.
Man, it wasn't even that bad.
We cleared, it's alright.
I hate Infinitis. It's fine.
Oh no. There she is. As you guys can see, brakes work great, suspension is tight, it handles really well. And honestly, for 150 horsepower, it kind of pulls. But if you guys haven't watched the first video yet, where we go and discuss and introduce the vehicle, I highly recommend you do so. I still don't know what drivetrain I'm going to put in it. And I've been thinking SR, I've been thinking of RB, maybe LS, I don't know. But if you guys have any recommendations, be sure to leave them down in the comments below. With all that said, let's keep ordering parts and keep on building this thing. Let's get this thing to 99, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.